Okay everybody, welcome back to another Spooktember video. So today I'm going to make a very quick and easy flip-flop journal. Now this is just going to be a 4 by 6 inch, so postcard sized, so just a little flip-flop journal. I'm not going to go mad with a huge one, and it's something that you can create very simply just from one single 12 by 12. Well, the base for it anyway. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the 12 by 12 in half so that I have two 6 by 12 inch pieces, and then I'm going to flip it on its side, and every 4 inches I'm going to score, and then just to make sure you've got it the right, you can just flip it, and then you should theoretically have one piece of card that's now scored. You can see the score lines in the cardstock, and then you need to fold it in a concertina like so, and then do the same for the other piece. So 4 inches, and then flip it, and then do it again at 4 inches. If you want to work in metric, then you can do it at every 1 or 2 millimeters, but you might not get that out of an A4. Alright, so we've now got 2 cards. So drop them like that on your desk. So what you need to do is you need to join them together, but that's the kind of shape that you want. You need it to make a space that's got 3 on one side and 2 on the other. So, and then we need to join them together into one continuous long strip. So to do that, I'm going to use Halloween washi tape. So I've had this in my collection for quite some time, and this is just going to be perfect for doing what we want. So I'm going to just trim with some scissors, more than I need at that side, because this has been curled up for quite some time. Let's see if we can peel it off. You can use masking tape or anything like that. I'm using this because I've got it to hand. It's one of those things that's been hanging around in my craft collection for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages, and it's just about time that I used it up. So, and you're not really going to see it, so it doesn't matter whether you're, you know, perfectly exact or not, because most of this actually will get covered up anyway. So it's quite sticky, it's very tacky. And then I'm going to just flip that over, line it up, just leave a little bit of a gap because I do want to be able to fold it. I don't want it to be too tight. And then you could literally just fold that over if you want to, trim it off or fold it over. It really does not make the slightest bit of difference. And then, just because I can, I'm going to add another piece just to make sure. So just about there. Like I said, you can use whatever you want. Seeing as I'm doing a Halloween themed flip-flop journal, then Halloween materials and resources it is. So because this is a, while I'm just trying to get the back off this washi tape, because this is a 4 by 6 journal or flip-flop journal, it's obviously small enough to fit in a bag or in a pocket, but it's postcard size, which means if you've got Halloween postcardy stuff, I'm having a real trouble with this, it would be ideal to use it. There we go, I've got it now. Okay, so let me just lay that over the top. Like I said, it doesn't really make any difference whether it's bang on or not, really. There we go. So I can either fold it over, like I said, or trim it. Okay, so now I theoretically should just be able to fold that and then create my concertinas. So as I was saying, because it's postcard size, because it's 4x6, it's really dead easy, dead simple to find resources and also to create resources for this. Now, I've just recently completed a project where I've used up all of my old Tim Holtz Halloween papers. They've all gone now. I've only got fragments and scraps left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some bits and pieces of ephemera that I've got. But what I've done is I've created them all at postcard size, just slightly smaller than postcard size. I mean, this would be ideal if you actually could get some, like a pack of postcards or something like that. It'd be great to be able to do this. So because that's exact size, what I've done is I've created mine just a little bit smaller because I like to have a little bit of a black border all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away, I'm going to distress all of these panels. When I say distress, I mean I'm going to put distress ink around every single one of them, and then I'm going to glue one on every side in the journal, including over here. Obviously that'll just be a little bit of a gap, and then I'm going to flip it and I'm going to do one on every side, so they're all going to be covered. So theoretically you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sides to cover. Okay, I best get distressing, hadn't I? This is going to be a bit of a production line. Okay, so back in with the flip-flop journal. So that's going to be the front side. So that's going to be my main front cover. I've done all of my 12 panels. I realised that I only had 10. I'd left 2 over on my other desk. So what I'm going to do now is just systematically just go through, and I'm going to just glue these onto the front. So I have seen flip-flop journals in the past done with pockets on the front and all that kind of stuff, but you know, you can embellish and do your journals, your flip-flop journals, however you want to. I mean, you can stick pockets galore and that kind of stuff in. Just waiting for this glue to come down. Come on. There we go. So just do a quick. So this is a bottle of glue I've rescued from Mum's. My Mum's decided she wants to get rid of all her craft stuff because she's 82 and she doesn't do it anymore, so it's just taking up space in one of the spare bedrooms. So she's decided to get rid of everything now rather than later, if you get what I mean. Okay, so that's going to be the first one. I'm just going to flip it over and then just systematically glue one of these on each of those panels. Maybe not use that glue until I can get it to completely come down to the top of the bottle. I need to keep it upside down, I think, that's the thing. Okay, so like I said, I've got a dozen of these to do. Well, actually after these two it's only another 10, but seeing as all I'm doing is just sticking pieces of paper down, and it's not really going to be all that interesting for you to watch, so I will carry on sticking these in and I'll join with you again in a little while. Alright, so if I now open this up, but also if I flip it that way, so each of the panels are now totally and utterly stuck down, glued. Well, I say totally stuck down. I'm hoping they're completely stuck down now. So what I need to do is now prepare for signatures. So what I've done is I've created a pricking guide. So this is just a piece of cardstock which is the same sort of size as what we've just stuck in, the same size as the sheet really. And I've just folded it down the middle and I've measured in an inch from the top, an inch from the bottom and into the centre. So that's going to give me my kind of pricking guide. So what I've also got is I've also done some cover sheets just with other kind of little monster posters and that kind of stuff, and I've got just some flimsy, very thin signature sheets. There should actually be one more there. Yeah, I thought so. So there should be 4 like old, distressed, grungy pieces of paper. These are the same size as those. So literally all I'm gonna do with these is stitch or fold them in half, and I'm going to prick some holes just like you would do a normal kind of signature. This is just a mini signature, just smaller version, and because it's a Halloween journal we don't really have to worry too much about getting it exact. So let's just stick all those together. See, I could theoretically line that up there, look, so it's I'm not gonna, not bothered. Right, so I haven't distressed the edges. It doesn't really make that much difference for the paper, but for your actual signature covers, you might want to do it. You just do it en masse like this. And I've done 5 bundles like this. And the reason I've done 5 little bundles like this is if I bring that back again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 signature per compartment. So this is my pricking guide. I will just make sure we know which is top, and then all I have to do is just to slide that into the middle section, knock it up, and you know what, that's not the same height. Why isn't that the same height it should be? What have I failed to do? What have I failed to do? I've forgotten something, haven't I? Well, that's not very good, is it? Right, what I'll do is I'm just going to trim those bits off. I'll measure it so it's the same. Why are they smaller? Oh, because they're... Right, okay. My fault. My fault entirely. I know what I've done. Silly boy. I bet you now those holes are in the wrong place. Of course they're going to be in the wrong place. So I'm just going to remeasure the holes. I've got a needle to hand. Yeah. There we go. So I'm just going to prick through there. Turn that back around to 1 inch. Prick through there, just using the guide. So whatever this is, no, still okay in the middle. Fancy that. Eh? Not that one. I've done it 1 centimetre and haven't I, not 1 inch. I'm a complete numpty today. So thank you to those that were screaming at me. Alright, so now we know which ones we're doing. Grief. So that should theoretically be about the right size. And I need to get my awl, which is on my other desk. Hang on a sec. Across to the west wing. There we go. That fits. So all I'm going to do is just put them down, make sure they're as butted up as I possibly can, and then just pop a hole all the way through. That one doesn't want to play ball today. There we go. And I'm going to go away and do the same for the other 5. 4. Other 4. And there's the cover. Right, now I've got some semblance back of almost looking like I know what I'm doing. Okay. That's exactly saved face, have I? But never mind. I can admit my mistakes just like everybody else. Right, so that's 2 done. I'll do the rest and then I'll be back. Okay, so all of my little signatures are now pricked with all the holes in. I just need to do the same thing with the covers. So again, this is going to be slightly bigger, so I'm going to line it up with the tops there. and then just push through, and I'll just do the same thing on each turn. But don't forget, you've also got your flip side to punch through as well. But there's only 2 of those. Easy peasy. Okay, so each one should now be ready for stitching. So I've got my, I did have one of my Japanese special needles. And I've got some purple thread, only because it's a Halloween journal. So I'm not really going to need a huge amount. You're only going to need, I'd say, probably about double the length, or twice the height, if you like, of your journal. There's my needle threader. That was the little beauty I was looking for earlier. Grab that. Just wet that a little. Pull it through. And we're ready to rock and roll. So, get the first signature, decide which one it is. So, first Halloween. Now, it's up to you. You can either have your stitches on the outside, the little knots on the outside, in which case you need to start from the outside and work your way in, or you can have your little knots on the inside, but yeah, that means you have to start on the inside and work your way out. I find it easier to start on the outside and then work my way back through again. And there's only a few sheets for you to kind of worry about. So even if they do start floating like these are, because they're only thin, it's not too much of a hassle. And then down to the bottom hole, through, back out, just pull that thread. You can get a clip if you want to and just hold on to it so it stops it from moving like that. But I've never really needed it to. Back through. Okay. First one, so I'm going to put one thread either side of the one that runs top to bottom. Just pull it gently, not too tight, because you don't want to rip the paper, because it will if you pull too tight. What I tend to do is push down and hold the paper down with my fingers and my hands, and then put the tension on the cotton. And then you can just tie it off a couple of times. So put the tension, push down, hold down the actual journal, put the tension on the cotton, and then just pull apart. And then you can trim off. God, these scissors are awful. Covered in glue probably. All right, so first signatures in. And I'm just going to repeat the whole process with these. Put one little signature in each one, and for some reason that's not quite in the middle, but hey ho, it is what it is. It's a Halloween journal when all's said and done, so I'm not going to be too precious about the whole thing. Right, needle threader. So just bog standard 3-hole pamphlet stitch, like I said. Doesn't need anything fancy because it's not heavy. It's only a small project. You don't really need anything that's really, you know, over the top. There we go. Again, just grab a clip, just to stop it from falling through. There we go. And then back through. That's it. It's a little bit unwieldy at first, but you'll get the hang of it. Like that one just went straight through, look. Flip it over. And then straight back through. Right, so that looks like it's already, in the right place. So just pull it tight. Get the knot ready. Press down, put the tension in the thread and pull tight. And you can either leave your threads or cut them off. Love it. Okay, so next one. Let's have the bats. Let's have the bats. Okay, so now you've seen me do it twice. I'll disappear off and finish doing the rest. And then I'll join with you again when I'm done. I may even swap threads to orange when I do the other side. And now to leave me, you know. Okay, so you just join me as I'm just stitching or finishing tying off the last of the signatures. And like I said, just for a giggle, I switched threads to orange. Okay, so on that side, we've now got orange thread. On that side, we've got 3 purple. So let me just have a quick tidy up, put my needles out. I've just stabbed myself with a needle. That's because I'm talking to you. It's your fault. Thank you very much. Put my sewing kit away. That's me, actually. I'm out now of all embroidery thread, so I need to stock up and buy some more. Okay, right. Where were we? Should we zoom in a bit? How's that? That's much more like it. So we've got the Wolfman, followed by Little Witch Boy, and then we have a little 20-page signature. That's got front and back cover. And then we've got the Skellybob. Open that up and we've got the Mummy, and then we've got At the Devil's Ball by Irving Berlin. I actually looked this up online on YouTube, and there's a chappie who actually plays the music and sings the song from Irving Berlin. I didn't listen all the way through. It did get a bit dirgy after a while. So on the inside there we've got the papers. So again, another 20-page signature, finishing off by The Jolly Spook. Couldn't find that one. So then we've got the little Halloween, the hat, the broom and the little black cat. Friendly fairy, witch or fae, fulfill the wish you wish today. Oh, isn't that nice? And then, sorry, flip that one over and we've got the witch hazel liniment. Then we've got the bats. Then again, we've got that 20-page little writing space, finishing off with the black cat foxtrot. And then we have a photograph of this rather elaborate grave. Now, it wasn't until I printed it out, cut it out, I was looking at it and I went, I've seen that. I've actually been and stood in front of that, and I've got a photograph of me stood in front of that. It's actually Tom Riddle's grave from Harry Potter. It's the tomb, the Riddle tomb. But when I saw it, it was indoors. This is obviously outdoors. So I don't know how old this photograph is, but that's what it is. And if you look really, really closely, you can see it says Thomas Riddle. Anyway, so close it, and we'll close on the Invisible Man. So that's the back cover. Or is it? Because if you now open it up again, you've got this one with Dr. Ghastly's Ghost Show with another 20-page signature with the tabby polka, and then with the medical student. And then if you flip that open again, you've got your little Halloween witch, and then you've got the Mad Doctor and his midnight voodoo show, and again and another 20-page little mini journal. And then we have Frankenstein's monster. Now, when I stuck this down, I didn't stick all three sides. I actually left one as a pocket. And of course, you could do the same thing. You could add extra pockets. You could turn these into little pockets. You can add little pockets onto your signature covers if you want to. But I just thought I would show you just how I'd done one, like so. And then we close the journal. But we close the journal, and then the back cover of the journal actually is the front cover, because then you can start all over again. It's a never-ending journal. There you go. And there's about 100 pages for you to journal on in there as well. So, well, actually, no, there isn't 100 journal. It's about 90 pages, because you can't really count these. So, but you can count that one. So again, you can add little pockets. There's plenty of space for writing, doing your shopping lists, writing names of people who have done you wrong. It is a Halloween journal after all that. So this could be your little black book of names, or your little red book of names. Those that are going to be first against the wall when the revolution comes. But there you go. So let me just take that out. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this Halloween themed flip-flop journal, small mini flip-flop journal, because it's only postcard size, 4 inches by 6 inches, but I'm sure you agree it certainly packs a punch. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, because it really does help me and the channel. Don't forget you can share the video with your friends, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to make sure you get notified the next time I upload a new video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.